Good evening, everyone. So I've given you the rights to unmute yourselves. If at all you want to speak, else you can type as well. Uh, so yes, uh, since this is a first class of reading comprehension, RC, or I'll rather call it English language class. So what is your expectations out of this class? What are your expectations? Yes, guys. Uh, how do you want this class to be conducted? What are your expectations? What are your threats regarding English language, reading comprehension, increase vocab? Someone has said increase vocab, Neetu. Also, I'd like to ask you, how many of you are genuinely interested in English language? Verbs problem, okay. Okay. What makes you feel that you are interested in English language? You must substantiate your interest. You must substantiate your argument. To communicate properly without hesitation. Okay, fine. Yes, Anshul, that we will definitely see the difference between inference and conclusion. Very much. To strengthen the communication, hesitation in communicating in the given language. Okay, fine. Fine. Anything else? Anything else? Nobody has asked me yet. I'm surprised that, sir, which books to read? What are the writers? Because there are a plethora of writers, n number of writers that everyone is suggesting every day to everybody. Okay. And we are surrounded by so much of suggestions that often at times we find it very difficult to adhere to any one suggestion in particular. And even if one suggestion comes in particular, we fail to understand whether it is good enough to follow or not. Is that so, guys? Have we been bombarded with too much of suggestions? Okay. Manveen, definitely. But in case, Manveen, I'll also suggest you some books. Okay. That will definitely help you, because when I talk of reading comprehension and English language, I cannot overlook the fact that this is the first step to your essay writing as well. Is it not? So when I talk of CSAT, reading comprehension, I must keep in mind that there is something that has to, bridge the gap between essay writing and RC. Because again, essay writing, we will not start with a scratch. I think that will be, injustice to rather unwise use of our time. Learning English boosts confidence, Namisa has said. I think learning English definitely boosts your confidence, but so does any other language, Namisha. I think if I'm very good at Hindi, uh, my confidence is no less. However, still I'll be wanting to learn English because English is lingua franca. And who knows it better than you guys? Isn't it? There have been a lot of controversies regarding CSAT. So yes, let's start with throw me some names. Name some of the writers that you have read. When I say writers, I do not mean columnist. I mean some writers who have been read over and over throughout the ages. Books. Neetu, your suggestion noted. I will definitely. Jane Austen. Okay. You can also unmute yourselves and speak. I am not. Yes. Himalaya wants to speak something.
Sir, I don't know about any book, sir. Please help me to incorporate my understanding in English, because I am very weak in, sir. I am not. I am very good in writing, but I am not very confident in English, sir.
Okay, okay. You are good at English writing, but you're not confident in English, right?
Yes.
Speaking.
Yes, English as well as English speaking, sir.
English speaking. Okay, so let me start with English speaking thing first. Okay, just 5 minutes. I'll take just 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And in coming 30 minutes, I'll set the agenda of the class, like how to, because what are the expectations of the class. So of course, you have to set the agenda of the class, and I'll accordingly carry the class. And I hope that won't disappoint you. Okay.
Okay.
So first, reading comprehension. Those who are from UP and Bihar are aware of the fact that n number of English speaking schools run in UP and Bihar, here and there, every now and then, right? Are you also aware of the fact that there have been most of your students, most of your friends, most of your cousins and colleagues who have been going to those English speaking schools since ages, but to no use? They cannot improve, right? They have not improved over the ages. Is it not? They have been going in those English speaking classes every day religiously. I do not say that they are not working, they are working. I also do say that I do not intend to mean that the coaching institute, that the teacher in coaching institute who are for, Seema, definitely we do not need speaking skills in CSAT, but since this is a question asked by students, so I would like to answer it for a while. Okay, so let's take all, the students into account. Okay, just 1 minute of time, Seema. So yes, coming back to, so let's see how we have learned why mother tongue is so called. Let's start with this fact. Why mother tongue is so called? Just 2 minutes and your query is answered. Think about it. Why mother tongue is so called?
Because it's a first language that child learns from his mother.
Child learns from its mother. Very good. Now, another question to you, Achal. I'm just reformulating my question. Why do we feel that we are, or why are we confident in mother tongue, but we are not so confident, we are not so fluent in our second language, say for instance, English?
Because everyone around us is speaking the mother tongue, and we get to hear it daily.
We get to hear it daily. So hearing is the key word. Why mother tongue is so called? Because no, Shamna, mother tongue, we never start mother tongue by speaking. We always start mother tongue by listening. Okay, so a child first listens to his mother or to its mother, right? A child first listens to his mother. So immediately after listening, he starts speaking. In 1 year or 2 years, right? And after speaking, what he does, he writes. Okay, he starts writing. Is it not? Now, again, one thing. How many of you are understood? Yes, Pujita, sure. How many of you are aware of the fact that if a child is born deaf, he is also dumb? If a child is born deaf, he is also dumb. Means if he cannot listen, if enough words do not fall into his ears, he will not speak, come what may. Right? That's a very interesting fact. अगर आप लोगों को ये fact नहीं पता है, तो please ask your parents or please ask your seniors. Okay. They know this fact very well, and that is why I'm telling this fact, because here lies a strong correlation. Now I'll elaborate what is very flawed approach to English language teaching in India is that we never hear, okay, we never listen to language. So first listening leads to speaking. First thing, what we have done, how we have learned English, first we have started writing ABCD, is it not, guys? So first writing, right? After that we have moved on to reading, and then we have perhaps never listened, is it not? So what we have done in English language case, we have diverted the complete approach to the language, the way our mind functions while understanding a language, because there is no other way through which your mind can learn a language except apart from listening. And the moment you start listening, you see, if a British child, okay, a 6 months British child, a child born in English speaking country, he starts speaking properly whether he go hoga ya he goes hoga. Okay, she come hoga ya she comes hoga, they will come hoga ya they comes hoga, right? So the verb sense follows. So there is a sense of grammar that is already embedded in listening. So the more you listen, a sense of grammar certainly improves. So this is the first flaw with the English language speaking classes properly, is that we have never been made to listen to a language. और हम यूपी बिहार में particularly क्या करते हैं? Or perhaps all over India, I don't know about all over India, but definitely in UP Bihar we learn English through translation, right? Is it not, guys? We learn English through translation, and that is why we are never able to speak it properly or to use it properly as our first language, or as close to our first language as possible. Yes, environment Seema here mean by listening. So the more number of the more amount of a language falls into your ears, your mind undoubtedly gets acquainted with the language. So first thing, guys, the first flaw of English language teaching in India is that whenever you want to speak, you must start by listening and not by speaking. So the first flaw is that speaking se speaking aayegi. No, that is an arrant nonsense. If you have not listened enough English in your lifetime, you will never speak. First thing. So those who are facing problem in speaking, please start by listening. Okay, and then writing, and then reading. Reading has its own importance. Reading leads to writing. Okay, now there are certain things. Now see, whenever we want to speak English, I mean, some of you guys who are struggling with English language, okay, what do? You first listen to it in Hindi, then your mind tries to translate it into English. Does that happen? ऐसा ही होता है ना? Isn't it? And then you fail to translate, right? Now that points to another line of reasoning. Can everything be translated? Yes, Namisha. We first think in our mother tongue and then we try to convert it into English. But tell me one thing, can everything be translated, guys? Do you think every words can be translated? No, we cannot translate, right? So the first thing is that rather than translating, you start thinking in English. A lot is lost in translation, Marvin, especially in poetry. Okay. So the first thing is that we first must start thinking in English. And how to start thinking in English? When enough number of words fall into our ears. When our ears, okay, are bombarded with the language, ultimately that process of translation gets cut in the middle. And we start thinking in that particular language, if not so much, at least a bit. And the more you start thinking in that language, your mind starts processing. Because you see, again, the child wala correlation, the deaf and dumb wala correlation. We are good at English, we are good at Hindi, or we are good at Bengali or Bhojpuri or Marathi, whatever, because we have first started listening to the language through our mother, and that is why it is called mother tongue. And by listening, simply speaking happens. So if a 1-year child can start speaking grammatically correct just by listening, you can imagine the intensity, the power of listening. So here we end up the speaking wala, suggestion. So first, my suggestion is that you must listen in order to speak properly. And you must read in order to write properly. And of course, reading further assists in your thought process that ultimately helps in speaking. Okay, so please listen to some good conversational videos. There are many conversational videos that I can suggest. Have you heard of a show called Just Books? Just Books at NDTV. So you can listen to Just Books at NDTV. I rate this speaker even better than Shashi Tharoor. Very soft spoken, very slow speaker, no big and pompous words, nothing. Rendezvous with Simmi Grewal and Walk the Talk. Please start by listening to these 3 videos. And trust me, guys, if you listen to these videos for a month and you listen to some really good videos in English for a month, trust me, you won't be disappointed. You will see remarkable change in your speaking habits. Well, now coming to reading, guys. Have you heard of Albert Einstein? So my first approach to language, I will start by quoting Albert Einstein. अच्छा, quote एक बहुत importance play करता है ना? शुभम, YouTube. Quote plays a very important role. Listening to news in English instead of vernacular language also does help. Manveen, news definitely helps you, but Manveen, देखो, news is not in conversational English, right? If you have to talk about day-to-day affairs, then listening to news won't help. If you have to talk about everyday affairs, what is going on around you, right? Because again, Manveen, that points towards a very different kind of issue, that there are many different kind of English. Say for instance, अगर आपने 10 साल सिर्फ और सिर्फ business reviews पढ़े हैं, business editorials पढ़े हैं, economic times पढ़े हैं, right? Then you won't be able to write a good book review on, say for instance, R.K. Narayanan's Guide. You won't be able to write a good book review on Upmanyu Chatterjee English August. Definitely, Kalapati. Listening definitely helps, because listening is the key to language. Yeah. If you'll not listen, okay, the first chain gets blocked. The first chain gets blocked. The first step. Okay, so yes, Albert Einstein. I was talking about Albert Einstein. So एक बार यूं हुआ कि किसी ने अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन से पूछा, are you comfortable with Hindi if I use just 1 or 2 words in Hindi? I'll try not to, but if it slips out of my mind, out of my tongue. Okay. However, I'll try not to. But just in case of slip of tongue. Okay, guys. So Albert Einstein was once asked that who is an expert? Achha, since these are a first class, okay, so I'll try to allay, pacify, calm down all your fears, all your queries regarding English language. Okay. And we will try to come to terms with the fact that it is doable. Okay. And of course, some questions bhi karenge. Don't worry for that, because we will do questions a lot. Okay. But just 15-20 minutes, I'll come to terms with the fact that what all of you are, trying to drive home the point. What are the issues with all of you? So Albert Einstein was once asked that who is an expert? You know what did he reply? He said that an expert is someone who knows more and more about less and less. An expert is someone who knows more and more about less and less until he knows everything about nothing. Having said so, he meant to say, the more you know simple things in greater details, my dear friends, the more you know simple things in greater details, the more of an expert you become. And that applies to English language very much. In a sense, I'll again point to the second flaw of English language teaching in India, is that ab English ki baat aati hai to hum kya karte hain? Hum dictionary utha lete hain, right? We start learning big and pompous words. We start learning very difficult jargons and vocabs. Isn't it? But English language is not about knowing technically difficult concept of grammar always. It is also not about learning difficult words. It is about knowing simple things in greater details. And the more you delve into detail, the better of an expert you become. And what kind of simple things in greater details? Things which appear simple to you when actually they are not. And they appear simple to you. Why? Because you have been encountering it since childhood. Or because they have been repetitive to you. So you have been made to believe that, okay, iske bare mein to hum jante hi hai, right? But we do not know actually about that. Isn't it? A very simple things in greater details. Let me tell you, say for instance, agar main grammar ka ek chota sa concept lu, right? How many of you can tell me the difference between I and me quickly? Let's know simple things in greater details. Think about it. इससे simple कोई question नहीं हो सकता, right? What is the difference between I and me? Seema, I do not know what is first person. I do not know what is active passive. I do not know what is subjective objective. I am a class 5th child. No, Pujita, I do not know what is active passive, please. I am in the 5th class. Please explain me. Because पहले मैंने I और me सीखा है, right? Then I have learned active, passive, and first person, second person, isn't it, Pujita and Seema? Right? No, Seema, I do not know what is subject. I'm a class 5th-year-old child. Yes, now you are coming to. Yes, 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 yes. I'll tell you. It's very simple, yaar. Make any sentence with I. How to explain it? Make any sentence with I. कोई भी एक sentence बनाया, right? Now replace I with me. Now replace the word I with me. Isn't it? Now you see the sentence that you have made becomes incorrect. Now replace another, now make another sentence with I. दूसरा एक sentence बनाइए please. Now again replace I with me. Again you see the sentence becomes incorrect, right? Now examine all the sentences that you have made. There you see I is directing something to do the work, right? I is the direct doer of the work. So whenever there is a direct work done, I is used. But whenever the verb is received, it is received by me. Whenever the verb is received, it is received by me. For example, it hurt me. He treated me nicely. He treated me badly. Okay, but I felt bad. So here I feel. I love mangoes. So I love mangoes. Right, so this is the difference between I and me. So let's start by very simple grammatical concepts. And that is how we delve into details. Now again, knowing simple things in greater details. How many of you, just one small approach to vocab, since today is not a vocab class, so I'll definitely not like to go into that direction, but just a very simple thing. Happy or happiness, which part of speech is happiness? I hope all of you know happiness is a noun and happy is an adjective, right? Can you tell me 15 synonyms of the word happy or happiness? 15 synonyms. Tell me, please. You can type in, you can speak. Don't use Google, please. Okay, Garima, joyful, good. Elation, okay. 2. Glad, cherish. Ecstasy, okay. 5. Playful is not happiness. Kalapati, playful is not happiness. Delighted, okay. Euphoric, fine. 7. I want 7 more. I want 9 more to make it 15. How come angry is happiness, Akash? Please. Neetu, jovial is not happy. Carefree is not happy, Shubham. Jovial and carefree do not come under happiness. Proud, contentment. Proud is not happiness, Himalaya. Contentment definitely is. Gleeful definitely is. Merry is definitely okay. Yes. Bliss, fine. 4 more. Kajal, enthusiasm is not happiness. Jubilation is happiness, definitely okay. Not cherry, but cheerful. You mean to say cheery, right? You mean to say cheery. Excitement is not happiness, Simran. Jolly or jollity, yes, I agree. Jollity is happiness. Fair enough. Okay, now let me ask you further. Okay, most of the answers have come. What do we call a kind of happiness that we feel suddenly after finishing a workout or running or playing some sport? Sudden, short-lived happiness. Quickly, from the letter E. Sudden, short-lived happiness. No Vikram, no Samna, no Garima. Enthusiasm and excitement, however, are not happiness. Ecstasy is, but again, that is not the word. Seema, I mean to say, what do we call a kind of happiness that we experience immediately after running or finishing a heavy workout or some physical exercise? Sudden, short-lived happiness. No Manveen, no Simran. Kalapati, this is from letter E, my dear. Subham, E letter se hai yaar, E se. The letter E. Euphoric, yaar, euphoric. Okay, what do we call a happiness from the letter M that is expressed in laughter among the friend? When we laugh amongst our friends, there's a kind of happiness that we exude from the letter M. Not really, not really. Shubham, misery is not happiness, my dear. Come on, that is a blunder. Manveen, merry, a different word. I'll come to that. Merry. That is called mirth. Have you heard of a Nobel House of Mirth? Mirth is happiness. A kind of happiness, Kajal, that is reflected when we laugh amongst our friends. Okay, now come to Mary. Someone has repeated Mary. Garima has repeated Mary. A kind of Mary is a kind of happiness that is expressed in festivities. Not really, not really. Quite different, Manveen. Except from the fact that they are synonymous to each other. So do you know we say Merry Christmas, right? Why? Because Christmas is marked by festivities. And what kind of festivities? That we celebrate together. where families come together when there's winter, and families come together and they make merry. Merriment, again, Shubham, yes, merry and merriment. Can I say that transport is also happiness? Can I say I met my childhood friend suddenly while crossing road and I was transported? One morning while I was crossing South Delhi flyover, I stumbled upon, I ran upon my childhood friend, and that is how I was transported. So transported is a lesser known meaning of a well known word. Ek to iska meaning hai, which means we are transport. Transport means to be physically, carrying something from point A to B, right? That is the well known meaning. So some words have a lesser known meaning as well. I'm transported, which means I'm so overwhelmed with joy that I'm carried away. An intense feeling of overwhelming feeling. Okay, intense overwhelming feeling is transport. I'm transported with joy. Ecstasy is again another kind of happiness wherein we experience a kind of delight, a kind of mystic delight. Mystic delight is ecstasy. Okay, can we say gay is also happiness? One important word for you, for all of you IAS civil services aspirants. What do we call a happiness when we derive an intellectual pleasure by reading a book or by seeing a movie or by an intellectual conversation from the letter J? It's a difficult word. It's a French word now, have been used in English for quite some length of time. It's a French word and difficult word. Can anyone guess it? Anyone here who knows French as well or who has some idea with French? No, Seema, jovial is not. Jovial is not. That is called yes, gay means carefree. That is called jouissance. The jouissance of learning is a French word which means intellectual delight. So you see, there are many different ways to look into the synonym by just looking into a very simple word like happy or happiness. Okay, yes, Manveen, that is good. You can always revise it. Learning 2 or 3 different languages gives us a kind of jouissance, Manveen. So you see, these are some of the ways to approach vocab, my dear. Never go and learn anything and everything from dictionary. Okay, whatever you encounter every day in your reading, whether you're reading Indian Express or Hindu, or you're reading Guardian, encounter any simple word, try to look into the synonym of it. Neetu, it is jouissance. Here it is, Neetu. Jouissance. Jouissance. No, Manveen, it is spelled as Jouissance. Here it is, the spelling. Jouissance. Okay. Now again coming to reading comprehension. Yeah. Now tell me some of the favorite writers that you have read. Oh my God.
Dan Brown.
Okay, good. Dan Brown. Shakespeare. Seema. Khalid Hosseini.
Nathaniel
Okay.
Clare.
Arundhati Roy. Manveen, what Arundhati Roy have you read? Have you read Arundhati Roy of fiction or have you read Arundhati Roy of non-fiction? The God of Small Things. Manveen, my suggestion is that please start with her Algebra of Infinite Justice. You will be delighted. She is far greater an essayist, okay, than she is a writer. She is far greater an essayist than a writer. Okay, Paulo Coelho, H.G. Wells, Sudha Murthy. Oh my God, Soumya, please. Book of Amish. Fine. Fine. Lot of suggestions have come in. You know, that is always a better idea. I've always told my students over the course of my teaching is that if it is a little difficult for you to immediately bump into a book, immediately start reading, okay, it's always a better idea to start by reading a quote. Okay, let's start by reading quotes. Is it not? That will directly help you in essay writing. And I'll say just a casual reading. Okay, हमें याद नहीं करना है quotes. Just a casual reading. Every day, whenever you are, say for instance, whenever you are about to sleep, or whenever you are like not engaged in some real UPSC stuff, okay, just go to this website, that is Goodreads. Have you heard of this website, guys? Goodreads.com.
Yeah.
Okay, go to Goodreads.com and start by reading quotes. And over a period of time, for 5 months, 6 months, when you will have an habit of, you know, scrolling quote, the way we scroll our WhatsApp messages, the way we scroll our Facebook messages, okay, the quotes get wired into your system, so much so that whenever interviewer asks you something during the interview, that comes very naturally to you to speak in quotes. You start by quoting someone, a writer living or dead. Okay, now the next question is what to quote, which all writers to be read. Okay, so this is the first group of writers. Name a man who has been awarded both a Nobel Prize in Literature and an Oscar. A simple general knowledge question. Name a man who has been awarded both a Nobel Prize and an Oscar. चलो एक hint देता हूँ. He was an Irish writer. He was an Irish writer. Think about it. Some of you have asked to switch on my video. I don't know how does that help really. Can you see me, guys? Hello, everyone. Can you see me? Is that I'm properly you know, looking into you like this, or shall I look into my this what to say, this video chat message? Am I looking into you like this, looking at you like this properly when I look on the camera? Right. Okay, fair enough. Seema, why so much of time? GB Shaw, yes, my dear, GB Shaw. Okay, GB Shaw. So a man, okay, good. A man who has been awarded both a Nobel Prize in Literature and an Oscar. So let's start by quoting GB Shaw. I call him a man of colossal genius. A man of colossal genius. What a writing style. What an impeccably good writing style. Something that directly, you know, sends you into ecstasy. Amazing writing style. Now, one more GK question. Not really a GK question, but some of us who are interested in reading, they are interested in such things. Name a mathematician who has been awarded Nobel Prize in Literature. Yes. Name a mathematician who has been awarded Nobel in Literature. Think about it. Seema, I'm impressed. That is good. Russell. Bertrand Russell. Okay. So those who do not know, how many of you have heard of Bertrand Russell at least? Which discipline are you from, Seema? Are you from pol science or mathematics or philosophy? English honors from DU. Okay, so that is the beauty of Bertrand Russell. He cuts across all discipline, right? He is a mathematician. He was a mathematician. Okay, let me tell you about Russell, guys. He was a mathematician who wrote volume of books on philosophy. He was in Trinity College, Cambridge. He wrote volume of books on philosophy, who taught mathematics, wrote volume of books in philosophy, and has been awarded Nobel Prize in Literature somewhere in the year around 1954. Pardon me, I'm not very good at dates. I'm not very good at remembering dates. Somewhere around in the year 1954. For his high quality of style in writing. So if not for anything else, Russell has to be read how to discuss a thing logically. Okay. How to formulate an argument, first thing. So mind it, Bertrand Russell was such an iconic essayist that the world has never probably produced. Such an iconic essayist that the world has never probably produced. I don't know, there was something in Russell that was missing in G.B. Shaw. There was something in Russell that was missing in G.K. Chesterton. There was something in Bertrand Russell that was missing in Aldous Huxley. There was something in Russell that was missing in each and every statesman, politician, writer of their days. Russell was iconic. Russell was paradigmatic. Okay. So much so that the world of essay writing can be divided into two different parts. Before the world of Russell and after the world of Russell. So you can understand the importance of Bertrand Russell. More so because he has cut across discipline. So one reading of Bertrand Russell will give you ample quotes about anything and everything. Right from science subject Himalaya to philosophy Himalaya, okay, to anything and everything. From history to culture. Bertrand Russell also tells you how to broach an argument. Argument को कैसे formulate करते हैं. Okay, how to formulate an argument. Fine. And then how to logically take sides, still be neutral. You're taking sides, still you're neutral. Why? Because you're justifying your stand. Why are you taking so and so sides? Okay. So Bertrand Russell has to be read. अब अगर आपको ऑक्सीमोरोन, फिगर ऑफ स्पीच पढ़ना है, आपको एंटीथेसिस पढ़नी है, आपको आयरनी पढ़ना है, have you heard of G.K. Chesterton? Have you heard of G.K. Chesterton? How many of you have heard of G.K. Chesterton? Seema, I guess you must have. G.K. Chesterton नहीं सुना है? G.K. Chesterton known to have famously said that you must be educated. G.K. Chesterton ने कहा था you must be educated in order not to take educated people seriously. One must be educated enough in order not to take educated people seriously. And to love means loving the unlovable. Yes. Love means loving the unlovable. To pardon means pardoning the unpardonable. To hope means hoping against when everything seems hopeless. To love means loving the unlovable, else it is no virtue at all. Known to have famously said that if there were no gods, there would be no atheists. Okay. Next, you will read G.B. Shaw. G.B. Shaw, okay? And fifth, how can I complete the list without quoting Oscar Wilde? Without quoting Oscar Wilde. How many of you are planning to marry after cracking civil services? Most of you, right? Oscar Wilde says that do not marry at all. Men marry because they are tired and women because they are curious. And in the end, both are disappointed. Men marry because they are tired and women because they are curious. And in the end, both are disappointed. So do not marry at all. So Oscar Wilde, again, a master of paradox, a master of oxymoron, a past master of stylish writing in England. Again, an Irish writer. Okay. So GB Shaw, Oscar Wilde are Irish writers. Sorry, यहाँ पे GB Shaw नहीं लिखना था मुझे. GB Shaw, since I have already mentioned. It is, I wanted to write Mark Twain. Okay. One American here. Since I have already mentioned GB Shaw. So this is the first category of writers. Okay. The first tier of writers that I'll suggest. Now some more writers that are into more serious academics. Okay, of course, these writers are also into serious academics, but their quotes are a little easier to understand. Okay, now some technically difficult quote. Okay, some technically difficult quote. देखो जो first category of writers मैंने mention किया है यहाँ पे guys, they are both read by academicians as well as the general reader alike. But what is special in them is that all these writers, the first tier writers that I have mentioned here, including GB Shaw and Oscar Wilde, is that they are linguistically simple but ideationally difficult. Okay, the writing style is simple, the language is simple, but the ideas that they imbibe or the ideas that they broach is difficult. Okay, so linguistically simple hai but ideationally difficult hai. Okay, now come to the second tier writer that I'll suggest, those who are both linguistically difficult and ideationally difficult. Both linguistically difficult and ideationally difficult. Okay. Seema, yes. Mark Twain itself, yes, was his pen name. I do not know his real name. Okay. Now come to, let me start again with Bertrand Russell. Please pardon my love for Bertrand Russell. Okay. Both linguistically difficult and ideationally difficult. Okay, so Russell का दो लेवल है. एक तो वो linguistically simple है और जहां दूसरा लेवल वो है जहां he becomes very linguistically difficult and ideationally difficult. Okay, so please pardon my biases, please pardon my love for Bertrand Russell. Okay, so much so that he has wrote 54 books in his lifetime, and in my own personal library there are 34 books by him, out of which at least 30 books तो मैंने पढ़े होंगे और कई किताबों को तो कई बार पढ़ा है, a dozen times पढ़ा है. Okay, so please pardon my love for Bertrand Russell. I'll start with Bertrand Russell. Eric Fromm को पढ़ो. Eric Fromm, an existential psychoanalyst, sociologist and whatnot. Then read Issa Berlin. Then you will read Michel Foucault. Is a French writer, Michel Foucault. Okay. Eric Fromm, F-R-O-M-M. Okay. And then of course you will read Carl. Finish the sentence. Carl. Finish the sentence. Don't you think Marx has become too much repetitive, guys? Why Marx? Marx के 100 साल बाद का नाम बताओ. Not Marx. Tell me a man of the level of Bertrand Russell and Albert Einstein. A man of the genius and sagacity and intensity of Bertrand Russell and Albert Einstein, who was born almost 100 years after Karl Marx. And who severely criticized Plato and Hegel. And who wrote Open Society and Its Enemies. And who wrote Conjectures and Refutations. And who wrote The Logic of Scientific Discovery. Yes, Seema, Karl Popper. ठीक है? So what I'll do, अब इसको मैं एक दूसरा कैटेगरी का नाम देता हूँ. Just a second. I'll call these 5 writers. इसको मैं एक heading देता हूँ. This is called, I'll name it a proper understanding of mankind. Okay? A proper understanding of mankind. इसको यार 1 महीने करो, ठीक है? And that is a challenge. Get back to me and tell me, sir, whether I'm feeling absolutely 100 times more confident, 100 times more confident in my reading and writing style or not. Tell me. Take it as a challenge, provided you do it. Okay, that must come into your habit first. And this is, और इसमें बहुत ही नॉन एकेडमिक अप्रोच फॉलो करना है. कोर्स को आपको याद नहीं करना है, कोर्स को आपको रिग्रेसली उस तरह से एक्सरसाइज नहीं करनी है जिस तरह से आप सिविल सर्विसेज के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो. माइंड इट. They have to be followed leisurely, a leisurely approach, a fun approach. Okay, a non-academic approach to quotes. So let's start by reading these quotes. First thing. Okay. Now some books to be read. Yes. Not really, Amit. Not really, Amit. Start by reading. Start by reading. ठीक है? वीडियोस आप वो सारे सुनो जो मैंने बताए हैं. गुड रीड्स पे वीडियो सुनो, वो गुड रीड्स का वीडियो सुनो ऑफ द एंकर नेम इज सुनील सेठी. सुनील सेठी. ओके, अमेजिंग गाय. नॉट वो सुनील सेठी, अपना वो वाला सुनील सेठी नहीं. ओके, दैट अमेजिंग गाय. And see how cogently he speaks, how slowly, how mellifluously, without using any big and pompous words, without using any vocab and all such things. Very simple English. The way Arundhati Roy speaks. Listen to Arundhati Roy as well. If not for anything else, Arundhati Roy has to be read how an essay should be written first thing, and how to speak. She has to be heard how to speak. You can agree or disagree with her, that doesn't matter. Just from purely language point of view, I am trying to make a case that you must listen to her from purely language point of view. Very simple, very slowly, okay, yet very passionately. Okay. Has any one of you heard her speaking anywhere? Any videos, any interview, any at length discussion of her that has been watched by you guys? Wow, Manveen, very good. Where is that? She was in your city. Where are you from? Jalandhar. Okay, so you have logged in from Jalandhar, right? Okay. Yes, guys. So some books to be read. What suggestions do you want to, for the launch of the Ministry of Utmost Happiness in Punjabi? Okay, I see. I see. That is interesting. That is interesting. Amit, for those writers only quotation. For those writers only quotation. Okay. So let me give you just 5 books that will have a direct impact on your essay writing. Okay. 5 books that will have a direct impact on your essay writing. So I'll categorize for essay writing, for purpose A, for purpose B, for purpose C. Okay. So I'll categorize and then I'll start. So this is purely for essay writing. The Algebra of Infinite Justice, of course, by Roy. How many of you have read Argumentative Indian? How many of you have read Argumentative Indian? Or those who have not read, any idea about the book, what the book is all about? Yeah, that is blasphemous. That is blasphemous. I don't expect this from you guys. Amartya Sen wrote Argumentative Indian to give a cultural account of the history of India, the cultural history of India. Both a book that is both linguistically difficult and ideationally difficult. I'm again repeating, a book that is linguistically difficult as well as ideationally difficult. So cultural account of the history of India. Okay, amazing book. And just any page is enough to give you an idea of what it means to argue. Not that the way we do these days. Okay, but some really cogent and genuine, powerful argument without getting personal, without offending. Okay, so please read the Argumentative Indian. They are amazing. How could you even think of starting for any exam of prime importance without reading Argumentative Indian? Any exam where English language and general knowledge are of prime importance, without even starting reading Argumentative Indian, you must. Okay. Unpopular essays, of course, by Bertrand Russell. Skeptical essays, of course, by Bertrand Russell. In Praise of Idleness, of course, by Bertrand Russell. Now, why 3 Bertrand Russell? Why Bertrand Russell, you may ask? Because Bertrand Russell was one of those few individuals who have worked on the intellectual history of mankind. 10 years ago, Oxford and Cambridge universities have started a course that is called intellectual history. Now, what is intellectual history? Intellectual history is not the chronological history. It is not the cultural history. It is the history of ideas and culture both. Okay, the history of ideas or the history of thoughts and culture both. And why Russell? Because Russell was very neutral. When he writes like a cold-blooded logician. As mathematician, he was indeed, right? So he writes with a cold-blooded logician attitude. That was in his mind. That was in his writing style. So read Bertrand Russell in order to understand how ideas have developed over a period of time. And in order to understand present day world, what are the forces that have shaped us the way we are today? Why the way we are today, the way we are? Okay. Why it is only the way we are? So that those answers have to be searched in past, in the ideas, in the history of ideas, in the history of cultural movement, in the history of philosophical movements, in the history of some of the movements in arts and literature, and of course how science and philosophy intermingles each other, which in turn shape history. Okay, which in turn shapes political science as well. So there lies the genius of Bertrand Russell, and in fact there lies the genius of Karl Popper as well. But do not read Popper, okay? Primarily because there are many reasons why not to read Popper. Uske बारे में कभी बाद में बात करेंगे. Okay, so these 5 books. बहुत ज़्यादा target नहीं है, doable है, ठीक है? And for an immediate improvement in your reading comprehension. Apart from your essay writing, this improves your RC like anything. Okay, because I am little doubtful about newspaper writing, guys. Of course, newspaper writings are padho, editorial padho. There are many good journalists, there are many good columnists, all due respect to them. Okay, but if you have not read books, particularly these writers, if you are only thriving on column, if your mind is only being fed by columnist, newspaper writing, okay, then you need to, seriously gear up and try reading something that is more substantial, a little more temporary, a little more long lasting. Okay. And that is why these 5 writers. So this is for your immediate essay writing as well as RC. Okay. Now, how to approach RCs? Certain approaches to RC. Yes, Ajay, I suggest that you must read 5 books. यार, मुझे लगता है 2 महीने में पढ़ लोगे, right? Because you guys are really good readers, and you guys are diligent enough. I know that. So 5 book का तो मुझे लगता है कि 50 days is good enough. 50 days time is good enough time, I think, Ajay. RCs. Now you see in CSAT, well, before we start for RC, just a few questions or your queries. Just a little chit chat of your queries. What exactly are the problems that you're facing? Kajal, ultimately, because Kajal, that you have to do, in fact, right? If not in 2 months, try to read it in 4 months, but you must read, because ultimately, why I'm insisting so much on these 5 books, just 5 book मैंने दिया है, because I know you guys are, enough burdened with hard work and burdened with reading and burdened with, lot of subjects, especially GS and all that, which is endless, right? I agree with that, but still I'll suggest that please manage your time. You guys already know enough how to manage your time yourselves, and please read it. That will have an immense improvement on your CSAT यार, और उसके बाद ऐसे में तो undoubtedly improvement होगा, ठीक है? Trust me, you will not regret. You will not regret. That is a challenge. कोई इसमें से कोई भी एक book उठाओ and come back to me after a month and tell me that, sir, it has not helped me in my civil services prep. Okay, Kajal. So can we like start with topics to practice in essay writing? Seema, I will do that definitely. Okay, but can we like stop it for a month and let's start by reading first, so that 1 month में आपको idea मिल जाए कि what it means to write a good essay, right? उसके बाद फिर हम करेंगे definitely. Topics तो हैं ही, everyday newspapers are brimming to fore with topics, right? So topics तो हम करेंगे, but let's get acquainted with reading first. Now approaches to RCs, guys. Yes, Kajal, just yes. Please try to manage your time. Just एक book उठाओ ना, एक book just उठाओ, ठीक है? और 15 days में finish करो. Read it leisurely. Well, now you see there are many different kind of topics that we encounter in reading comprehension. I hope you guys are not bored till now. No, I hope I'm talking absolutely nonsense to you. I hope I'm talking absolutely nonsense to you. Okay, good. Then a lot of energy is left. Lot of energy is left. Okay, okay, good. यार रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन का अप्रोच चलो. Say for instance, let's make a list of all the genres that we encounter. Say for instance, I'm giving you a random list, not a well thought out list, but a random list. Psychology, sociology, philosophy, history, geography, constitutional law, pol science, environment, business, economics. Okay, fine. Public policy. Now say for instance, I am good at psychology, tick. I am good at sociology, tick. I am good at history, tick. Geography, cross. Finance, cross. Economics, cross. Okay, public policy, tick. Okay, so make a list of 10 genres, 10 disciplines. Okay, and do a tick cross, okay? Okay, I'm good at law, constitutional law, tick. Finance, cross. Economics, cross. Okay. Public policy, okay, tick. Okay. Philosophy, question mark, maybe. Okay. Culture and history, tick. Right. So identify that what you are good at, what you are not so good at. Now there is a thing called intertextuality. I am writing it here. Intertextuality in reading. What is intertextuality? यार एक बहुत important चीज है. More than your English language skills, intertextuality plays an important role in your reading comprehension. What is intertextuality? It simply means that the understanding of the 10th book that you have read is greater than the understanding of the 9th book that you have read, is greater than the understanding of the 8th book that you have read, which in turn is greater than the understanding of the 7th book that you have read, on a common background, on a common discipline. Okay, so the more number of books that you have read on a common background increases your knowledge of that particular background. Okay, and this we call intertextuality. So say for instance, if a passage on constitutional law comes, अब say for instance एक बंदा है जो is very good at English or she is very good at English, and think of another guy who is not who is not as good at English, but he is very well versed with constitutional law, right? Now who is supposed to score more in that passage? Of course the person with a knowledge in constitutional law, right? So more than the understanding of your language skills, sometimes it becomes the understanding of your particular genre. That is called, try to identify certain topic and read on a common background on those topics. Okay, now again coming back to those 5 books that I have given you. Those 5 books will give you almost an understanding of almost all the discipline that counts. Almost all the discipline that counts, apart from public policy, apart from constitutional law and geography. इन 3 चीजों को छोड़कर, okay, rest all the disciplines are somehow discussed in these 5 books. So intertextuality in reading, right? First thing. Second thing is that sometimes reading comprehension also becomes, you know, kind of sports that you would like to play. So the more practice you do, the better you become. So try to practice reading comprehension, and after that an analysis of reading comprehension is must. That why I have marked A instead of B. Okay, what are the options that I have overlooked? Is there any idea that I have missed? Is there any idea that was seemingly contradictory but I have missed? Okay, is there any a very difficult high level word due to which the answer option was eliminated and I got it wrong? Okay, was there any twist with the verbs? Was there any twist with the you know, a difficult word, a jargon or something like that, due to which I have done it incorrect? So rigorous analysis. Okay, reading comprehension followed by rigorous analysis plus intertextuality will definitely give you a good result. So starting with intertextuality, identify the genres that you are good at, identify the genres that you are not good at. Okay, and let's do a practice in RC. What I can also do from my side is that as and when we encounter reading comprehension, okay, as and when we encounter some of the passages, I'll also, yes, Ashok Kushwaha, you wanted to say something. You can type. As and when we will encounter reading comprehension, okay, I'll also suggest you from where to look for like essays like these or writing like these. Okay. So without going any further, can we start by directly looking into the passages, since we have talked enough about reading and all that? Do you guys have the question paper with you? Huh? Can someone please post the link here of the question paper? Seema, if you have the question paper at your aspirations account, can you please post the link here? Yeah, please do that. Meanwhile, I'm also uploading the question paper here, and then we will start directly. In the next class, we'll have a video introduction of all of you. Is that okay? And in the next class, I'll also show you some of these books that I have mentioned from my own library. Okay, from my own collection, and many other books as well. So as of now, let's start with directly the questions, okay, and how to approach it. Let me stop this share, and I'm uploading the question paper. Shared option. I think, Manveen, there must be in all of your aspirations account. If not, I am sharing the question here itself on the screen. Those who have the question paper, please start with passage 11 on science. Please start with passage 11 on science. Here it is on your screen, guys. Okay, guys, Seema says it is on video section just behind join the session link. Okay, so it is on video section, guys. Please see it. Else, those who can't, it is already on your screen. And it's always advisable to read the question first and then the passage. Just the question, not the answer option. So yes, guys, I insist that you solve passage 11 as well as passage 12. Passage 11 and passage 12 both. So one is on science, one is on philosophy. Guys, all of you, question paper मिल गए सबको? Okay, it seems all of you are doing it. Okay, please do it. Take your time, but do it correct. Okay, so I'll give you a little more time. 8 minutes for these two passages. 8 minutes. Okay, Kajal, we will discuss all these questions in one go. Okay, so passage 11 or 12 we will discuss in one go. Seema, please do passage 11 and 12. Okay. Okay, Namisha, I will definitely. I'm scrolling down, guys. Just a second. This is the next page, Namisha. Okay. Guys, please don't post answers. Please wait for a while. We will do it in one go. Okay. Let all the other students do it. Okay. Anchal, I do not know how is that possible? Because in our question paper, there are 12 passages. So meanwhile, you can do it from my screen. Okay. And eventually after the class, you will download the question paper. You can download the question paper. Okay. Abhi for the time being, screen se kar lo, please. Okay, guys, I'm scrolling to passage 12. Okay, Amit. Okay, you see, this is the previous slide, Amit. Namita, just a second, I'm scrolling. Okay, Amit. Okay, Namita, here it is philosophy for all of you. Please read the question first. First the question, then the passage. Options नहीं पढ़ने, सिर्फ question पढ़ने हैं. Okay, Amit. Here it is, Amit. Okay. Black and sulfurous. So we cannot uh, 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 go so far as to consider C as the right option. Why? Because if you see, option C goes against the idea that the author propounds in the paragraph. Please check it. The author says that war is necessary in this case. Okay. And then if you say that author is reflecting upon the pain and darkness, no, author is trying to wage this war, or author is thinking that this war is necessary to eliminate pain and darkness. So if you see, goes against what the author says. Author's idea, right? So A is the right answer. Clear hai, guys? Philosophy may I'm not suggesting any book because I've already suggested 3-4 books of Rushell. That is enough for philosophy. Well. Let us do passage 8 and passage 10. Those who have the question paper, please do passage 8 and passage 10. I am going to, okay, confused in 35. Amit, yes, please tell me. Well, because Seema, I told you, since the author himself is advocating war, at least in this case, yes, Garima, passage 8 and 10. Passage 8 and 10. यहाँ पे देखिए, please. See this. The author raised up soldiers and anointed them. Anointed means appointed them, nominated them as, the soldiers of war, the surgeons of war, black and sulfurous. So here, the author is trying to remove the misery that has been bestowed on, that has been bequeathed on the black race by the white race. ठीक है? So यहाँ पे अगर आप ये choose करते हो option, that goes against the idea that the author has been reflecting in the complete paragraph. That is why. एक बार आप इसको रीचेक करो. I think it will be clearer to you. Okay, Seema and Amit. Just because you are choosing C, it goes against what the author's opinion is about this civil war in particular. Yes, possibly. Possibly. It might mean anything else as well. It might means black means something X. It might mean something else. But the moment you choose C, you are going against the author's idea about this particular war. Okay. Now I am reflecting question number passage 8 on my slide. Passage 8. Yes. Please read it. Okay, no problem, Seema. Well, guys, can we discuss this one, passage 8? All of us? Okay. So the passage talks about the symbolism in the writing of Ernest Hemingway, right? How Ernest Hemingway has used symbolism and the use of simple sentences for situations, and especially the plight of women, the stark realities of a life for women in his story, The Cat, A Cat in the Rain, right? So Cat in the Rain is not as simple as it appears. ये तो ठीक लग रहा है, right? Seems okay as of now. The husband takes his wife seriously. No, as per the passage, it doesn't. Right, so only A is the right answer. Okay. Question number 14. Based on the passage, American wife and the husband attitude would best reproduce the following actions. From the last paragraph, yes, direct answer hai, theek hai? A, all of us, good. Hemingway uses a regular reference to which of the following to heighten the symbolism in his writing. It is the weather. It is the weather. Yes. No, it is the weather. Okay. Question number 16. Which of the following is incorrect? Let's start by eliminating. The contrast of good weather and the situation of rain has been presented to create an atmosphere. Ye correct hai as per the passage, hence ruled out. The war monument has been mentioned to symbolize the likelihood of conflict. Yes, it is correct. Hence it is ruled out. A cat in the rain displays the sympathetic attitude of Hemingway towards women. Yes, it is correct. Hence ruled out. Only this is incorrect. And the right answer it is. Okay. Have you guys completed passage 10? Passage 10. Do you want to do it now, or do you want a 5 minutes of buffer time for some dialogue, some questions? You want to do it now, Namisha? Or we can discuss some questions? Okay. Okay, guys. Yes. So you can ask me some questions. Again, literature में ना दो books में फिर not books. ये ऐसे है, ठीक है? You will read chapter 2 from Thomas Hardy's का एक novel है, Far from the Madding Crowd. Okay? Far from the Madding Crowd. You will read chapter 5 from Dead Souls by Nikolai Gogol. Okay. Yes. So yes, guys, please ask now what, since this is the first class and this is the end of the class. So any questions in particular, anything else that you'd like to discuss? And please solve the remaining question. There are 7, 8 more passages. It's Hardy, Amit. It's Hardy. Far from the Madding Crowd, it's Hardy. Also, here is my phone number. Those who, if you have any doubt, you can connect me on WhatsApp. Chapter 5, Dead Souls. Yes, Manveen, by Nikolai Gogol. Okay. Only WhatsApp messages, guys. Okay. And Sima, yes, I am on Telegram. Yes, I am on Telegram as well. This is Nishant. Okay. Read just these 2 chapters. And also I'll say chapter 1 from Oliver Twist. एक्चुअली तो ये पूरी बुक पढ़नी चाहिए आपको, ठीक है, नॉट विथ मी नीतू, नॉट विथ मी. Okay, good. Anything else, guys? So our agenda is clear, right? Quotes, there are 2 tiers of quotes that I have mentioned. So you'll start with tier 1, then you'll go to tier 2. Okay. And ये आपको अपना real reading time वो करके नहीं पढ़ना है, ठीक है? ये आप अपने leisure time में पढ़ोगे quotes. Just a second. Pujita has asked if effect and cause and effect options are present, how to choose answer. Pujita will see that in the class itself. Okay, that will do in the class itself. So reading quotes, tier 1, tier 2, and of course those 5 books at least, guys. Okay. Thank you, Pujita. Thank you, Namita, Namisha. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Anybody else, or shall we end up the class here? I hope I have given you enough material to read. Okay, so please start reading. Thank you, everyone.